All right. Hello and welcome to another round of Emerson's Refrigeration webinar series. Thank you for joining us today. For today's session, we will be providing you with key updates on our range of Copeland compressors. My name is Mareecel Dimaapi. I'm the Director for Cold Chain Solutions Marketing Asia Pacific, based in the Philippines. I'll be your host for today. We just have a few announcements before we begin. First, we encourage you to ask questions by typing them anytime in the Q&A box during the course of the webinar. If you're on desktop, the Q&A box is located at the upper right-hand side of your screen. If you're using a mobile device, tap on the Q&A icon at the bottom of your screen. Later in the program, we will go through those questions and have them answered by our speakers. Any unanswered questions during the live session will be responded to via the contact details that you have provided. This session will be recorded, allowing you to revisit key sections of the webinar. It will be available via an email that will be sent to you a few days after this event. Lastly, if you're experiencing technical concerns, you may also reach us via the Q&A box, and we will have our team members look into it. Now, on to today's webinar, we will have two speakers. First, Suman is our Senior Business Manager for Southeast Asia. He is currently based in Thailand, and he has 14 years of global experience in Emerson in multiple functions, including sales, marketing, business development, and business planning. We will also have Supachaiyakit. He is our Product Marketing Manager for Cold Chain Asia Pacific in the Middle East. He is currently based in Hong Kong. So for today's agenda, Suman will get us started on the topic by giving an overview of the company and commercial and residential solutions. He will also go through the broader trends impacting the refrigeration space and then move on into scroll compressors. He will be followed by Noel, who will be providing updates on hermetic reciprocating compressors. We conclude with a wrap-up and a Q&A at the end of the session, during which we'll also have two more technical experts joining us. Our Senior Product Marketing Manager for Asia Pacific and the Middle East, Jack Wang, and Heng Seng Lee, Senior Manager, Applications Engineering, Southeast Asia and Northeast Asia. And with that said, Suman, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Happy, for the nice introduction. Once again, I would like to give a warm welcome to all our distinguished customers, as well as our Emerson colleagues who have joined this webinar today. Let me go ahead and get started with the overview of Emerson. Now, this is a 2021 Emerson at a glance. You know, Emerson is headquartered in St. Louis, Missouri, in the United States, founded in 1890. So we have a rich history of 132 years. Worldwide, we have roughly 87,000 employees and 170 manufacturing locations across the globe. Today, we have $18.2 billion of global sales, including two major business platforms, the automation solutions, which is around $11.5 billion in sales, and the commercial and residential solutions, which is $6.7 billion. You know, we all are facing the COVID-19 pandemic for the last couple of years, and we are very proud to say that Emerson software and technologies have been used in developing 3 COVID-19 vaccines. In financial terms, Emerson is a very, very stable company with 65 years of consecutive increased dividends. We are one of the Fortune 500 companies, and regarding our technological innovation, we have roughly 20,000 plus active patents worldwide in 2021. We also receive a lot of recognition from different industry magazines and industry stalwarts. Moving forward, this is more specific to our Emerson Commercial and Residential Solutions business. We do serve industries like the cold chain and logistics businesses, food retail, food service, healthcare, including transportation and residential and commercial buildings. The key products that we offer includes refrigeration, air conditioning products, heating products, controls and monitoring systems, valves and controls. We also have products that goes into the homes and commercial building solutions and sensing and protection devices. The major brands that we have is Copeland, most of you are familiar with. We also have the Lumity brand, which is most of our electronics and solutions belong to this Lumity brand, which includes Dixel and Cargo Solutions, Cooper Atkins businesses. And then Sensi thermostat business. InSinkErator is the garbage disposal, which is part of our home products. And then we also have the Greenlee, Rigid, and Clock. Those are the tools businesses that belongs to Emerson Commercial and Residential Solutions. This is at a glance of Emerson's cold chain presence in the cold chain business. So, you know, on the horizontal side, you can see it starts from the farmer or the supplier who grows and goes all the way to the food retail or food service that we all go and buy products from. Now, on the vertical axis, you see Emerson's business lines that starts with the compression business, followed by our refrigerant leak detection systems, case and lighting controls, food waste disposal products, monitoring and control systems, container monitoring, food pallet and cargo tracking, and then food tracking. Now, those are all catered to by our different business platforms, including refrigeration business, electronics and solutions, InSinkErator, transportation solutions, cargo, and Cooper Atkins. If I take a specific example, if you look at a food retail column right on the right side of this chart, Emerson has products that covers all these different business platforms. So we really have a broad range of products that that caters to this entire cold chain system. Let me talk a few minutes about the key trends and dynamics that is impacting our refrigeration space in today's world. And most of these are not just specific to Southeast Asia or any specific region. It's a global phenomenon here. We hear a lot about higher efficiency and how a lot of the regulatory standards are pushing forward with newer standards and higher efficiency products they are promoting here. And then we also talk about refrigerants, green refrigerants, natural refrigerants, low GWP products coming up, HFC phase outs. We see a lot of inquiries coming related to R290 or CO2 or A2Ls. So, and to be honest, Emerson has products that caters to all these applications. IoT and connectivity is another trend that we keep hearing. Many customers are looking forward to real-time data tracking and integration to all of their existing systems. Increasing online retail, specifically in the last couple of years, we have seen that trend coming up. And then that also leads to smaller size of warehouses closer to the city where they deliver much faster to these end customers. Food safety and quality is something, a mega trend, not only in Asia, but globally, as people, all of us are getting more and more health conscious as we move along. And then there are continuous shortage of labor, of skilled labor specifically, so which leads to more usage of plug and play systems. With that, I move on to the meat of today's discussion, which is our compressor solutions from Emerson Commercial and Residential platform. You see, this is basically a brief history of how the refrigeration scroll has come to today's stage. You know, I believe Emerson pioneered scroll technology way back in 1980s, but primarily in the AC segment. But the first refrigeration scroll came in 1993. And today in 2022, we already have up to 40 horsepower of large scroll. So we started the journey with our ZB scroll in Asia, followed by digital scroll around 2008, 2009 timeframe. And then we also have our variable speed compressors available. And today we have the low temp and medium temp large scroll products. I will show you the full lineup shortly. So some of the key core technologies that we apply to the scroll compressors. starting off with the green circle, which is basically says axial and radial compliance. That practically enables higher scroll reliability. And we also have the wear in rather than wear out design. That also improves the reliability of our products. Vapor injection is another technology that we use often in our compressors that delivers much higher COP, and I will show what it is and how it helps in having higher capacity and higher COP. That also reduces the operating cost and offers the best life cycle cost, best running cost and life cycle cost. The core sense technology that we have also provides us with diagnostics and troubleshooting tools and helps us to improve the compressor reliability via electronics. Now, we do have the modulation technology. We have both the digital solution as well as the inverter or variable speed solution that helps more precise temperature control and excellent performance with energy savings for all the applications. Now, this is the broader range of the 2 to 40 horsepower compressors that we have today. On the top, you see the medium temp scroll, the ZB. Most of you are familiar with. It starts from 2 horsepower and goes all the way up to 30 horsepower, the ZB 220K. We also have the ZBD, the digital medium temp compressors that goes up to 7.5 horsepower. And then on the low temp side, we have the ZF and ZFI compressor. The ZF is with the liquid injection. ZFI, on the other hand, is with vapor injection. That goes all the way up to 40 horsepower. We recently launched the 140K, the ZFI 140K model available for our customers. And then we have the similar digital range up to 6 horsepower for the ZF compressors. We do have the variable speed 30, 38 cc and the 50 cc models. We recently launched the 80 cc model as well. So we are working on some other developments like the 62 cc is still in our plan. And also the 60 horsepower, both low temp and medium temp scrolls will also come up sometime soon. So we do really have a broad range of compressors and going up to 40, 60 horsepower range to compete in the market. Giving you more details of the ZB compressors that we have today, ranging from 2 to 30 horsepower. It goes to up to minus 20 degrees C evap temperature, and then available for both 50 and 60 horsepower, 60 hertz, sorry, and then both 3-phase and single-phase compressors are available. Multi-refrigerant capability, both stub tube and rotor lock connections with standard side glass options there. Most of these are available in Thailand, our Rayong plant here in Thailand. Some of the large compressors are only made in China today. The LCS platform are made in China today. As you know, like Scroll offers a very smaller footprint with compact size, and we also have lower sound and vibration. And then these compressors are available for both fixed and digital. As you see, these are the digital models, 21K, 30, 38K, 45K, and up to 57K. So that's the 7.5 horsepower. Moving on to our ZF and ZFI, the low temp scrolls. Basically, today we have up to 40 horsepower, wider envelope that goes down to minus 40 degrees C. A very cost-effective solution, and I will show you some of our life cycle cost calculations that we have done versus semi-hermetic reciprocating compressors. Best-in-class performance with our vapor injection technology. Similar refrigerant qualified for these compressors, again with the stub tube and rotor lock connections. Now, similar to the ZB compressors, the large models that are only available in China, all others are from our Thailand plant. Little more in depth of the liquid injection and the vapor injection compressors. Basically, with liquid injection, we have up to 17 horsepower range, the ZF06 to ZF54. A similar evap temperature range for both liquid and vapor injection. We also offer the DTC liquid injection valve with our ZF scrolls. Again, different motor codes are available, and these compressors are all made in Thailand today. In the vapor injection scroll, we have up to 40 horsepower, which is ZFI 140. And you can see these compressors are also available in Thailand, except the LCS platform ones. The vapor injection kit that you see with the PHE and the EVI control kits, we typically sell these as an optional, or we recommend these to our customers as a package solution along with our vapor injection scroll. This is a snapshot of what are the key features and benefits of the large ZFI scroll. I will not go through each of these items, but I would like to highlight a couple of points here. One, on the top right, you see the EVI technology that actually gives us a 40% higher capacity in a smaller size compressor compared to a non-vapor injection larger size compressor. And then it also gives us up to 15% of higher efficiency in low temperature conditions. Our scrolls have a compact design and lighter weight, which reduces up to 20% of weight compared to the semi-hermetic compressors. And then overall, we see a very high seasonal efficiency and offers the best life cycle cost solution to our end users. With that, I would spend a little bit of time in what is EVI, as some of you may be familiar with it already. Basically, it gives us additional injection line. You see, it's an economizer cycle. It's the blue line that shows here we have an injection through the EXV, it goes through the PHE and goes into the middle of the scroll. And that gives us a lower discharge line temperature. So if you do a standard compression, the discharge line temperature will be here versus the red dots here, versus if you do the vapor injection, the discharge line temperature goes down, which gives you the higher cooling capacity. So basically that is where we see up to 40% of higher capacity and increased efficiency using our vapor injection. That also gives you the opportunity to use a smaller compressor and achieve the same capacity and higher COP. So it's basically giving you energy savings and overall life cycle cost savings. This is the standard envelope which shows that for ZFI 96, this is just an example of the large ZFI models. For example, 404A, we have it's up to minus 40 evap temperature. And you actually can refer to all of these details in our product catalog, which we will share with you as well. Now, let me walk you through what is a life cycle cost and where do we see the advantages of scroll versus semi-hermetic. Something very important for us to understand here. You know, on the left-hand side, you see the composition of a life cycle cost. This is basically an iceberg. The tip of the iceberg is the initial purchase cost or the equipment cost that we can see. But there are many, many hidden costs, including the annual running cost, which is probably bulk of that. And then there are labor costs or maintenance issues, failure loss, refrigerant costs, et cetera, et cetera. So on the right-hand side, if you look at based on our experience, you know, roughly 60 to 70% of the entire life cycle cost is basically covered by the running cost. And scroll plays a very big, have a very big advantage in savings in the running cost. So that's where we see the better return on investment when you use the higher efficiency scroll products. So here is a head-to-head comparison between our 30 horsepower ZFI 122 scroll versus the equivalent semi-hermetic 30 horsepower model. We did take the capacity and power and COP calculations at different evap temperatures. at different condensing temperatures, like minus 25 evap and 40 condensing, minus 25, 45, and same minus 25, 50. Same calculations for semi-hermetic. With that, we see a seasonal COP of 1.89 for this ZFI 122, which is 13.6% higher than the seasonal COP of the semi-hermetic compressor. And you can see down below with the overall energy cost and consumption throughout the year, you can save around 11% a year. That's a huge savings that you can get when you use scroll versus semi-hermetic for similar applications. Little more of that, how we did the calculation and what are the assumptions we made in this life cycle cost. Basically, you see, we took roughly 15 years of life for both the scroll system and the semi-hermetic systems. We do assume that there will be some compressor replacement during the lifetime, and then there are additional costs of annual maintenance and running, etc. But this is the gap where you see towards the 15th year, you see we save more with ZFI 122 versus the semi-hermetic, which is the green line. The blue line is the scroll ZFI 122, and the green line the semi-hermetic. So there are several key advantages with using scroll in such large applications. The first cost is definitely very much comparable. In some cases are slightly lower than the semi-hermetic. And then we see 11% plus annual lower running cost, and life cycle savings of up to, like, say, 20 to 25,000 in 15 years. I move on to some of the examples where we have successfully done semi to scroll transitions. This is a Thailand specific example, and to be very honest, in Southeast Asia, Thailand is kind of ahead in the game with similar applications, and we have won quite a few projects with our large scrolls as well as large scroll, even the scroll racks built by our local partner. You see, this specific example is for a regional chicken factory in northeast of Thailand. The Emerson solution that was used was our ZXD 9 horsepower, three units, as well as one 12 horsepower low temp unit. And then our partner built indoor unit with our ZB 150. The value that we provided were energy savings, definitely, and higher reliability, lower sound with our scroll technology. There are a couple of China-specific examples. This is one where we successfully transitioned a cold room application, 10 to 16 degrees C temperature requirements from semi-hermetic to ZB scroll, our large ZB scroll. And the customer was very, very happy with our energy savings, the better cost performance, as well as the compact design of our scroll system. So it's a very good example, and you can see it is running since October 2018. Another example from China, this is with our large ZFI, with our ZFI scroll, the low temp scroll. And this is a much bigger application where almost 8 cold rooms with minus 18 degrees C requirements for frozen foods, primarily using our 15 horsepower ZFI 68 compressor. And you can see the customer feedback. They are very, very happy with seeing that the cold rooms are very stable in terms of temperature maintenance, as well as their equipments are running perfectly well. They have very much of, they're getting a lot of energy savings, and they really, really appreciate that. Again, this was commissioned in August 2019 and running since then. Few more examples of our large refrigeration scroll in condensing units. So many of these are built by our local partners in multiple countries. Now, we also have several success cases with our large scroll units in countries like Malaysia. This chart shows the scroll, large scrolls in the rack systems. And you can see from the ZB22 rack system in China to in South Africa, similarly ZB220, ZFI scroll rack in South Korea, again ZFI 122 scroll rack in South Korea, and then we also have examples in Thailand with our ZFI 122, and similar example in China as well. So many of these examples are basically we win versus the semi-hermetic in such big applications. So we invite our customers to bring us maybe to your sites, wherever you see there are semi-hermetics and you want to, you have the option to convert those, or you want to see how much of energy consumption is happening. We are happy to have our local team come over and do some energy evaluation and then help you with our scroll technology solutions for those particular applications. With that, I will pass this on to Noel to talk more about our hermetic recip compressors.
Thank you, Suman.
Over to you, Noel.
Thank you, Suman.
Hi, Suman, and hi, Noel. Sorry, before Noel gets started, I would like to remind everyone to please feel free to send in your questions, your thoughts, your comments on the Q&A box below. Thank you, Noel. Over to you.
Thank you, Happy. I just want to say thank you, Suman, for your insights on the scroll compressor. So now let's turn our sights onto the hermetic recip compressor. So a hermetic recip compressor is being manufactured right here in Asia, specifically in our India manufacturing facilities, which has been online for almost 30 years. And it has known to build products that deliver quality, reliability, as well as design, which are proven in Asia as well as in the United States. And the facility has all the ISO certifications, so you can assure that the product that came out of this facility will be top-notch. Okay, so what can hermetic recip compressor help you? So the first thing that it can really help you is to really complement your scroll lineup. So what do I mean by that? Number one is that you can offer recip to more of your cost-conscious customers while offering, the scroll platform at a more premium customers. Secondly, if you see there's a market for recip in your region, which are right now being sold with your competitor product, then this Emerson hermetic recip lineup can help you displace those competitors and drive your sales up. So with that in mind, let's quickly take a look at the hermetic recip lineup. So I would like to point your attention to the first two products, which is the CSK6 and CSK7, which is the most left-hand side products. So these are what I would call a wide envelope compressor. As you can see, it has a pretty wide envelope. It is designed for efficiency in medium temp, which is -10 evaporating temperature. But in a pinch, it could also operate in extended medium temp, which in our word means between -25 to -30 evaporating temperature. So it's a great product if your customer want efficiency, reliability, and also in cases where you want to consolidate inventory, where you want to sell one product which can serve multiple requirements. So what is the difference between CSK6 and CSK7? Number one, as you can see, is that the CSK7 has a slightly larger envelope on the higher side. The envelope of CSK7 allows you to go up to +7 evaporating temperature. So it really does help with in pull down applications. Secondly, the CSK7 comes with side glass and crankcase heater as standards. So it does give you more option in terms of improving the reliability of the product. In addition, it has some forward-looking refrigerant. Other than R404A, you can also use R448A and R449A. So that's kind of my overview on the CSK6 and CSK7. Move on to the third product in the lineup is our ever reliable CR products. So it is really designed to be used in high temp and medium temp, and it is compatible with R22 and R407C. Finally, we have KCM, which is our smaller and our more cost-efficient lineup. It is designed to be used with R404A in medium temp applications. It's got a slightly smaller envelope, and it is really designed to really work and with a good track records of working in tropical climates, which is perfect for the Southeast Asia climates. So I will move on to the next slide. Okay, so this slide really shows the compressor lineup. So really, the original intention is to show how our hermetic lineup is very comprehensive, but due to legal reasons, we cannot show the competitor name. As you can see that we have a very comparable lineup from scroll to many lineup of our hermetic recip compressors. Let's move on to this chart. So this is really to show how, in terms of envelope, the Emerson hermetic recip products compares to the competitor. So if you look at on the top right, you see competitor one is that we offer a much larger envelope than our competitor, as well as higher efficiency. If you move down to the bottom right, you can if we compare with competitor 2, then you can see that we have a very comparable envelope in terms of evaporating temp, but we definitely have a larger envelope in terms of condensing temp, which goes 10 degrees lower than our competition. So again, we have a good lineup of hermetic recip, which could really complement your requirements. Due to time, we don't have all the time to go through all the documents that we have, but feel free to contact your local salesperson if you want to get more details and information without all the censorship. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Suman and Noel.
I think, Noel, just to add to that, it's also important to say that we do have these models for both 50 and 60 hertz.
Correct.
Brackets.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah. We have both 50 hertz and 60 hertz with the same displacements available.
Right.
Right. Sounds good. Thank you very much, then, Suman and Noel, for taking us through these key updates on our Copeland compressors. So indeed, we see Emerson's technological expertise provides us with a broad range of compressor capacities that can support your businesses in today's market dynamics. And the summary of these products that we have just covered are seen on your screen right now. So maybe just as a quick recap, our scroll technology for refrigeration delivers efficiency to various commercial applications from harvest, to table. Our technologies such as digital modulation, enhanced vapor injection, liquid injection, sound reduction, and integrated compressor electronics help reduce life cycle costs and ensure longer equipment time. And also our wide recip compressor lineup allows system engineers, design engineers to match the right compressor to the job requirement for optimal efficiency, and as Noel mentioned, complements our scroll products. All compressors are backed by Emerson's reputation for reliability and quality. So whether it's addressing your needs for higher efficiency, food safety, quality, refrigerant greening, connectivity, there's an Emerson compressor for your commercial needs. Okay. So finally, beyond compressors, Emerson continues to invest in technology to offer you a wide range of cold chain products that address a variety of challenges. So among others, these would be large displacement, system and integrated solutions that allow your businesses to adapt and thrive in a dynamic world that requires more efficient energy usage, digitally connected, and is environmentally friendly. We will be actually covering some of these products in our succeeding webinars, and we look forward to having you again then. Okay, so at this point, we're now ready to get into the questions. So I have a couple here. First one would be, where would I get better returns in ROI? Semi-hermetic or scroll? Where might there be more savings? Anyone from our speakers and experts can answer, actually.
Yeah, I think I can try and answer that. Happy.
Okay.
Thank you for asking that question, though. Basically, as we talked about the life cycle cost savings with our ZFI 122, there's a 30 horsepower comparison. You can clearly see that we have 12 to 15% of seasonal efficiency higher than the semi-hermetic compressors, which practically boils down to annual cost savings, annual running cost savings. So in terms of ROI, definitely we believe that scroll has a better return on investments compared to semi-hermetic technology. Now, again, as I mentioned earlier, I'm very glad if our customers want us to come over to their site and do energy evaluation and help them out to do the ROI calculation versus their current systems.
Right.
So let us know, and we'll be glad to do that.
Okay, thank you, Suman. And then here's another question. So reliability is a major concern in refrigeration application. How do you compare reliability of scroll versus semi-hermetic receipt compressors?
Okay, let me take that, and maybe I can also ask our product experts to add to that. So I think in terms of reliability, there are at least a couple of points I would like to highlight. One is the piston compressors has many parts and many moving parts. I think one cylinder will have at least 9 different parts, including the suction reeds, the discharge reed, the pistons, the rings, the connecting rods, etc. Whereas in case of scroll, we have only 2 parts, which is one of them is the fixed scroll, the other one is the orbiting scroll. So with lesser parts, definitely we have less failure rate, and scroll has higher reliability. The other one is we briefly touched upon that scroll has both axial and radial compliance. And this compliance actually gives much higher reliability. So from these 2 specific points, I would say that scroll definitely has a much higher reliability versus semi-hermetic compressors. Now, okay. I know Jack, our product marketing manager, is already on the line. Maybe Jack, if you would like to add more to this reliability of scroll.
Yeah, thanks so much. I think in your chart, you also mentioned that the scroll is a wear-in design, and the semi-hermetic normally is a wear-out design. And another thing is that from the Amazon perspective, we also try to integrate a lot of electronic, try to monitoring our discharge temperature, do the vapor injection control, something, try to enhance our compressor reliability.
Yeah, thank you, Jack.
Okay. So yeah, thank you, Suman and No. I think those are the main questions that we have for today. I'm pretty sure that after the updates, our customers are still digesting some of it. So I would encourage everyone to, to please reach out to all of us and let us know if you have any questions or comments following this presentation. We thank you for actively for your participation again, and again, we would appreciate if if you can share with us your feedback on this webinar via a short survey. You will be automatically redirected to this short survey once the meeting is over. Before we close this webinar, are there any final words from you, Suman, or Noel, or Jack, or Henseng?
Yeah, I would like to definitely take this opportunity to thank all of our customers who took their time today to join this webinar, and also our Emerson colleagues from different parts of the world joining this webinar. I hope we could have provided, we had provided some valuable updates. I think we didn't get a chance to meet many of you in the last couple of years. And as the countries start opening up, we'll probably get more chance to have face-to-face discussions in the near future. So anyway, if you have anything that you need more information from today's discussion or related to Emerson products, do let us know. Feel free to contact any of your local representatives or myself. And once again, thank you for joining the webinar today.
Yep. Thank you, everybody, for joining.
Thank you so much. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. So, yeah, with that, on behalf of Emerson, Noel, would you like to say something?
I would like to echo Suman's sentiment. Thank you, everybody, for joining. And if you have any further questions or anything you would like to ask us about the product, please feel free to reach out to your local salesperson so that we can get back to you promptly.
All right. Again, so on behalf of Emerson, thank you very much for attending, and please be on the lookout for the next installment of Emerson's Refrigeration Cold Chain Webinar Series. Thank you, stay well, and have a great rest of the day ahead.